friends, it's your girl Cha reporting live from the Money Mantra, and we are back with another Forex education video. I created this channel to help as many people as possible become independent and profitable traders. So if that's something that you've been looking to do, you are in the right place at the right time. Now, I do want to welcome all of my new and returning subscribers back to my channel. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Like, I appreciate how you guys are sharing the videos, how you guys are liking the videos, subscribing. We have surpassed 1,000 followers, which was a goal that I set at the beginning of the year. So I'm just so grateful to see so many people taking their financial education and literacy into their own hands and to really get serious about learning to trade. Now, Forex is not for everybody, but it is for anybody who actually wants to learn and to master the market. So again, welcome to my channel, and I hope you guys are getting the results that you seek. So in today's quick video, we are going to be talking about the main differences between MetaTrader 4 and Tradelocker. MetaTrader 4 has been around for a really long time, and Tradelocker has been around at this point for no more than 2 years. And I really just want to highlight some of those differences for people who are just starting out their trading journey and you're not really sure if you should go with MT4 or Tradelocker. So we're going to start with the classic MetaTrader 4. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to the App Store or the Play Store, depends on what type of device you're using. You want to download the MetaTrader 4 and the Tradelocker apps. Now, the first difference is that Tradelocker is not actually paired with too many brokers right now because it is new and it is expanding. So if you do want access to a live or demo Tradelocker account, you do have to make sure that that is something that is hosted by your broker. Now, Tradelocker is getting better with being accessible to different prop firms, but MetaTrader 4, on the other hand, has pretty much said they're done with prop firms and they're only going to work with long-standing financially backed brokers, which makes a lot of sense. So when it comes to its credibility so far and longevity, I would say MetaTrader 4 definitely takes the cake with that one. Tradelocker is still really new. I do encourage you guys to test it out, but at this point in time, MetaTrader 4 is more trusted. Now, what Tradelocker will do is stand out on being modern with a different type of user interface, but we will get into that as the tutorial goes on. So the first thing we're going to do is open MetaTrader 4. And when you first start MetaTrader 4, this will be the screen that you see. And this is the quote screen. If you're using an Apple phone, if you look at the bottom, you'll see quotes, chart, trade, and history. And this is where you'll find all of the currency pairs. Now, if you don't see a currency pair that you like to trade, or you do just want to get rid of some of this stuff on your screen, you can edit this by clicking the pencil at the top left corner. And you'll be able to select those pairs that you no longer want on your screen and delete them. And once we go back, we'll see that the list has actually gotten shorter. Now, on the other hand, let's say you actually want to add a currency pair that you don't see listed. You want to click on the plus sign. You can search for the currency pair that you want to add. And then once you click the green plus sign to the left of it, it will appear on your home screen and we can see Euro USD has been moved to the bottom of the screen. So that's pretty much how you'll access your different assets, which can be currency pairs, futures, indices, commodities, or any of those things. And that's how you do it on MetaTrader 4. Now, if we go to Tradelocker, on Tradelocker, the way that you would access the different markets, you would simply click at the top of the screen. You see the currency pair that's currently highlighted is USD CAD. If I click next to it and I click markets, all of the different assets or currency pairs that are available will show up. Now, similar to how you can have your watch list on MetaTrader 4, if you only wanted to look at certain currency pairs or assets and not everything Tradelocker has to offer, you would search. So let's say, for example, I wanted to add EUR, Euro AUD, right? I could search Euro AUD, and then when I hold down on Euro AUD, you'll see a little menu will pop up to the bottom of my screen, and I can click add to favorites. So essentially what I just did was add this currency pair to my watch list, and when I click on the star, right? If I come back to the market screen and I click on the star, I can see all of the currency pairs that I've chosen to highlight. So this is my watch list, and it's very similar to the watch screen that you will see on MetaTrader 4 when you first start trading. So we're going to go back to MT4, and the next thing that we're going to go over is the chart screen. Now, in MetaTrader 4, it is the second tab that you'll see at the bottom. And when you click this, it'll take you into your chart, and it'll be the standard chart if you haven't made any customizations, or it will be the custom chart that you've added. So for example, on my MetaTrader 4, we can see that I have my stochastic oscillator at the bottom. That's the indicator you see with the two lines. And my chart screen is completely separate from my trade screen, which is here. Now we're going to head back to Tradelocker, and I want to show you what's really cool about this. If I click the very first tab, which is USD CAD, we can actually see my chart here. We can see my stochastic here. And we can also see, if we look at the bottom, this is also the same screen where we are going to enter our trades. So I would say that one thing that Tradelocker has over MetaTrader 4 is the ability to look at your charts and to take your trades on the same screen, which is going to be really helpful for some people who are visual learners and they don't really like the back and forth, or they don't feel like taking the extra seconds to do that. Now, since we're here on Tradelocker, I am going to show you guys how to enter and exit a trade. It's pretty simple and straightforward. So right now the market's closed. It is Sunday at 12:35 p.m. and the market's open at 5 p.m. So where you see market closed at the bottom of your screen, I'm sorry I can't click it. I don't have a clicker on my phone. You're going to see a little white arrow to the right of the market close sign. And when we click on that, we're going to see market pending, sell by, and a couple of other options when it comes to entering our trade. Now, if we wanted to enter this trade at market execution, which means we're buying and selling at whatever point the market currently is, we would make sure that market is selected. If we wanted to set a pending order, all we would have to do is select pending. And with a pending order, you're not only choosing where you're going to exit the trade and enter the trade, but you are selecting a very specific entry point of where you believe price is going to go based on your analysis. So the only difference between market execution and pending orders on Tradelocker is, for market execution, you click market, you decide whether you want to buy or sell, and then you enter your stop loss here and you enter your take profit here. Now, another cool thing about the trade screen on Tradelocker is you can choose a couple of different ways of how you want to set your take profit and stop loss. You can actually select the price, right? You can select how many pips you want. Let's just say you wanted to do 10 pips, you would put 100, right? Because you always have to add a zero when you're using Tradelocker. And we can see that from the current price of where the market is at 1.37 5676. We see that at the bottom of the screen where it says buy at. If we were to go up 10 pips, we can see exactly what our profit and loss would be. And that is noted with the P and L under it. Now, let's just say you wanted to make $100 in this trade. You would just put 100 there. And as you can see, if we were using a 0.01 lot in order to make $100, we would have to get at least 1,376 pips. Now, of course, you can change your lot size here as well. Let's say we were using a dollar lot size, and let's say we wanted to make $100. We can see here we would need, well, this is the stop loss size. So if you didn't want to lose more than $100 in this trade, you will put $100 there, and it would show you that about 137 pips would take you out of that trade. And you can do the same thing on the profit side. Let's just say you wanted to, again, make $100 in this trade. It would be about 137 pips. Let's say you wanted to make $25 in this trade. You literally would just change what you want your profit and loss to be. The left side is the stop loss side, and the right side is the take profit side. You can also distinguish between buying and selling as well. But that is really cool. Not only do you get to see your chart directly and modify your trades based on your chart, but everything is on one screen, which is pretty awesome. Now, if we were to go back to MetaTrader 4 and we wanted to enter a trade, one thing we could do is once we're on our chart screen, we can select trade and it'll take us to our trading screen. Now, instead of just selecting between market execution and pending orders, you have the option of instant execution, which is market execution. But to change it and actually make a pending order, you would have to click on the instant execution button. And this is where you will see your buy limit, buy stop, and sell stop options come up. And these are your pending order options. So whatever one you decided to do, if I click buy limit, we can now see we have the options to select our price, select our stop loss, and to select our take profit as well. Now, where MetaTrader 4 is a little limited in contrast to Tradelocker is you can only decide your stop loss and take profit by putting in an actual price. So, for example, if we were to set a buy limit, which means our entry is below where the current market is, let's just say we wanted our buy limit to be at 137500. We can see that's about 15 pips below the current market, and we wanted our stop loss to be at 137, let's just say 350, which is 15 pips below, and we wanted our take profit to be at 138,000. We do have the option to enter that trade, but we can't do it by price. We can't do it by percentage of our account, and we can't actually just type in the ticks. You would have to know which price you wanted to enter at, where you wanted your take profit to be, and where you wanted your stop loss to be. So if you're a beginner, I can see how if you're not comfortable calculating your pips and profit, how Tradelocker would be a better option. But I do encourage you guys to really test out both apps just to see which one you're actually more comfortable with. Because I've noticed that some of my friends who have been trading with MetaTrader 4, although Tradelocker has all of these amazing options in order for you to trade, they're just used to trading on MetaTrader 4. So if we wanted to place this trade, the market's closed, but we'll see if it'll work. It's not going to work, but if the market was open, your limit order or pending order will be placed, and then you would actually see it on your trade screen. So far, the differences between MetaTrader 4 and Tradelocker is how you access or create your watch list, which we went over. And this is the quote screen versus the market screen. We went over the chart and trading screens, which are combined on Tradelocker but separated on MetaTrader 4. And then the next thing that we're just going to go over, or the last thing really, is where to view your balance, equity, your profit, your losses, and your active trades. Now, if you are on MetaTrader 4, you'll be able to see your balance, your equity, your margin, your free margin, and your margin percentage on the trade screen. As you can see right now, the trade screen at the bottom is blue. This means this is the screen we're on, and it tells us all the information about our balance, which is how much money we have with our closed trades, our equity, which tells us how much money we have with our open and closed trades, and our margin and free margin, which lets us know how much movement we're able to do in the trade before we get essentially kicked out. Now, back to Tradelocker, where you would find the same information would be on the profit and loss screen. Now, if you want to access this screen, right at the top where it says USD market, trades, P&L, that stands for profit and loss. If you click that, you will be able to see your profit and loss for the account. So you'll see what your balance is in this particular demo account is $4,659. We can see my equity is the same because I don't have any open trades. But if I did have open trades, my equity would be different because it does include my open and closed trades. And we can also see the margin and margin levels that are available there as well. So these two apps are similar in regards that you can enter your trades on there. You can open and close trades on there. You can add indicators onto your chart on both apps, which is not something I went too much in depth to. But as you can see here on Tradelocker, I have my two EMAs and I also have my stochastic at the bottom. And then on MetaTrader 4 on my chart, I only have the stochastic right now. Now, both apps do actually offer unlimited indicators, but another cool thing about Tradelocker is that it's actually supported by TradingView. So all of the indicators that you can get on TradingView, you can also find on Tradelocker, which is pretty cool. Even the templates that you can find on TradingView, you can also find on Tradelocker. Now, this is the last thing that I'll say because one of the coolest features, and I think the one-ups that Tradelocker has over MetaTrader 4 is you have the option to add a trailing stop loss. And I'm actually going to be posting a separate video about this, but a trailing stop loss is a really great feature that was added to Tradelocker recently. And this helps you to really manage your risk. Now, how this works is if your stop loss is 25 pips above or below your trade, depending if you got for a buy or a sell, as the market moves in your favor, the stop loss is actually going to follow the market. So if you're in for a buy and the market continues to go up, your stop loss is going to continue to move up as well. And eventually your trade will be able to close in profit. Now, if the market decides to reverse, the trailing stop loss will be stopped and the trade will close. However, if it has been moved up further enough, you can hit stop loss and still end in profit. And that may be a little confusing, which is why I am going to do a separate video on this. But I really just wanted to show you guys the main differences between Tradelocker and MetaTrader 4 today, simply because these are two apps that I use pretty frequently. And I also am in the business of teaching people how to trade as well. So it's nice to know what your options are. Now, if you guys have any questions about any features or things that I left out about either MetaTrader 4 or Tradelocker, feel free to leave those questions down below in the comment box, and I will get back to you guys as soon as I can. If you guys are interested in registering for personal mentorship to have me not only explain more things like this, but you get to attend a live class every Sunday on Zoom. My registration is open, and you can find that information down below in my description box. So if you've made it this far through the video and it was really helpful, just go ahead and drop a 777 in the chat for me below. I would love to hear from you guys, but that's all I have for you today. Until next time.